This is what happens to people all the time. This is, what do you do after you have asked God for your petition? Well, right here, what we're going through here. Verse number 5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that he gives him all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. Let him ask in what? Faith. In faith. Whatever you are asking God, you are asking in faith. Faith is trusting that God, you are able to do the thing that I am asking you to do. Now watch this. When you're asking in faith, that's what's working out of you, but your faith needs to be working in you. Because you can have faith that where it works out of you, where you ask God, and yet you're not committed to God, so faith is not working in you. This is what he said. Let him ask in faith. Nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the winds and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Why is he unstable? Because he's got two sets of thoughts. Two sets of mind. He's got one mind that he has on Sunday. I'm going to live for God. I'm going to represent God. But by the time it comes Friday, he ain't living for God. He's doing something he shouldn't be doing for God. So his faith isn't working on the inside, but he's trying to draw from it on the outside. No, a double-minded man is not going to receive anything from God. You can deal with those doubts when you commit yourself wholly to God. How do you do that? You do that in prayer, and where you begin to use the Word of God in your prayers. And when you begin to use the Word of God in your prayers for what you have petitioned Him, you begin to build on this. What's happening? You're being transformed. You know what has transformed me to be the strong Christian I am? To be so stable. I got in church, and in 30 days, I was stable as if I was in church for 5 years. You know how I did that? Well, two ways. Number one, I had a mother that prayed for me like she was on steroids. Sister Laura said, that's good. So that means there was great grace there. But when I got in church, I was so burdened for lost people. It drove me to the place of prayer as I began to build my list of people that I wanted God to save. So I would ask, and I was receiving in prayer. But I wanted to see the thing that I was asking. So it drove me to separate myself, to get rid of this from my life and get rid of that from my life. And there was such a desperate need in my spirit to be close to Him, to have words to speak, to represent Him. And the whole time I'm asking God to do this, He was transforming my life. And if you would understand that if you ask in faith, nothing wavering. If you are wavering when you ask, it's because you don't have confidence in your relationship with Him. It's because you're not wholly committed to the Lord. You're like, Lord, yes, I'm committed to you. It's Sunday, but Friday this. Wait a minute. Sunday comes. All right, I'm going to try to be there on Wednesday. I'm going to try to be there. And you're just waving back and forth. You're just back and forth. God says, you don't qualify to get what you're asking for. He says, but you keep on asking. You keep on, what's going to happen? You're going to be transformed on the inside. Let me show you what Jesus said.